Okay.
So, for those that are watching this in the future, this is Kathryn, and Kathryn has taken my healing journey, and we have gone through it, and we'll go over your results as part of this too, and look at all your data a little bit in depth.
Okay.
Um, from the test results like we do every session. But
Mm-hmm.
so the viewers can also see the kind of change in that quantifiable manner as
Yeah.
well.
So I
So
don't have test results for today.
that's
I
fine.
apologize for that because it's been a busy week.
That's fine. We're not really doing a session today, so
Okay.
not a big deal. Um, all right. So you heard about my journey and I was bringing people in and you wanted to work
Hmm.
on your depression, right?
Yeah.
So tell us a bit about what it was like and how bad it was and things that you've been through.
Okay. Well, I mean, before I started this, it wasn't the worst it's ever been, but it was still like pretty bad. Where the point I wasn't suicidal necessarily, but I didn't care. I wouldn't have cared if I had died at any point before all this. And my thoughts of like self-harming had started to come back. And it was hard for me to like find joy in doing anything anymore. I couldn't like pick up something and stick with it. I would just do a little bit, then feel mentally exhausted and couldn't do any more. So I would just go lay down and read or watch videos to pass the time. Just not really like involving myself in very much. And years, years back, I was worse off than I was before I started this, but I managed to make it through all of that with help from my therapist. And I mean, you can tell it came back, not like full swing how it was before, but it was still pretty miserable having to deal with thoughts of self-harm and stuff like that, and having a hard time controlling myself when dealing with negativity from others, especially from some of my family members.
And you mentioned suicidal thoughts. Um, did you ever actually try?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. I know that feeling. I went through it myself.
Mm-hmm.
I've been there. I had 3 attempts in my life, and that was a big part of when I was finding my healing, developing this process. For me, it took years, but out of that journey came this process that I've used to help you.
Mm-hmm.
When you think back before the journey, what did you think about your future back then? Like, what kind of outlook did you have for your future? What kind
Not a
of hope?
very positive one, as I felt like I was just like coasting through life at the time, just not doing anything, didn't know where anything was going to go ahead in the future, didn't really have any positive thoughts about it.
Okay. And then when you heard about this journey that I was offering and the healing, and then we first talked and I explained a little bit about it because it is different than what most people offer.
Hmm.
What did you think about it? What did you expect?
I didn't really know what to expect because I had like no knowledge of all of this stuff. I had seen like little bits of stuff from you here and there when you've been posting on Facebook, but I didn't really know about a lot of this stuff.
And what did you hope to get out of it?
to find peace with myself and to learn how to think more positively and be more hopeful for things instead of just feeling like everything was for nothing.
Would you say we managed to find that for you?
Yeah, I would say yes.
Yeah. What did you like most about the journey?
Mostly it was like you talking through things with me and teaching me ways to like lift myself up and do the things that I needed to do to have positivity in my life.
And now that you have graduated officially, what do you think about your life now and your
It's
future?
much better now. I not I haven't had any thoughts of self-harm or anything like that, and I haven't like really thought about the idea of dying or anything like that. And now I like pretty much look forward to stuff that may happen in the future instead of like only thinking that things are going to go down or be negative for the rest of my life.
And I believe you said you've been using what you've learned to help your husband and others.
Hmm.
How's that going?
I have slowly been making progress with Jake, trying to get him to like calm down with things and think more positively about the things going on in his life and teaching him that bad things may happen, but it doesn't mean that it's going to be like that forever and it will pass. You just have to work towards making things better in your mind.
Changing perspective is a big part of the journey and
Yeah.
finding healing. So let me share my screen so that others
Okay.
can see, and we're gonna do a little walk through your details. Um, here we go. Wait. So for people watching, this is how I quantify results and we track your progress. So this mantra test, unfortunately, I didn't actually come up with it and have it finalized until we were already on week 3 of your journey. Um, and for people watching, the journey itself is only 9 weeks. But Kathryn has done so amazing. She's been showing up week after week after week still, which speaks to your commitment to wanting to heal and do better.
Hmm.
Uh, so for those looking, I have graphs, so we have a nice little visual, and then I have all the data over here. Um, the mantra test is a series of mantras that you speak and take a moment to relax and uh, then give a number to how you feel when you speak it. How does it make you feel? How does it resonate with you? Uh, and we track all that individually week by week. Each different mantra, there's a total of 49. And that is because our chakras and our energy is much more complicated than just the 7 basic chakras. The energy intermingles between them all. So you get a core score, and then you get a total score. And the graphs are more for me to see and identify where we need critical work, deep work, some work, and healthy. And these were your first test results that we did live together
Hmm.
at week 3. It's 4s and 5s and 6s. And then down at 51%, 57%, a lot of deep work needed. But then week 4, we start seeing nines and tens, everything in healthy ranges, which has proven to be pretty averaged at around week 4, give or take most people. We see the biggest jumps in the first couple weeks, but around week 4 is when people seem to be hitting that 80s and 90s, getting up there. Week 5, we had a little bit of some dips, which is also come to be expected, right? We get up there first
Mm-hmm.
and come back down a little bit and start to find that balance.
Yeah.
Week 6, again, some little dips. It's a learning process, but week 7, everything back in that solid green again. Week 8 and week 9, where we graduate from the journey. And we go back to that graph. So I have two graphs actually. We have the average and core and average for totals, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in the beginning, the core is the most important, especially when we have scores as low as what you were, which speaks to how you're talking about your depression, how bad it was, self harming, suicidal thoughts. Like,
Mm-hmm.
definitely. And that gap percentage, for people wondering, that is um, the gap between your highest score and your lowest score. So that's your 83 and 59, the difference between those two scores.
Mm-hmm.
And then your average score was only a 64 in week 3. But look how quickly you came up there and how far you've come since, right?
Mm-hmm.
And as we progress past week 9 and continued on, your overall scores are the more important ones because we have a better balance. And now you're at 2 and 3% gap as an average,
Mm-hmm.
which is phenomenal. Average score 91% has been so consistent since week 9, right? That is
Yeah.
exactly what we want to see, that lasting healing, right? And we haven't even done actual healing work since, I believe, week 10, week 11, week 10
Mm-hmm.
was the last time we did any actual healing work. And we've just been conversating and talking since then in our follow-up sessions, right?
Yeah.
I am so proud of you, lady.
Mm-hmm.
This is phenomenal.
Yeah, I'm proud of myself
Phenomenal.
too.
Look how far you've come. So, as a final statement for anybody who may be watching that may be on the fence about taking this journey, because it is different,
Mm-hmm.
what advice would you have to give them?
Don't be scared to start the whole thing because I was nervous in the beginning because I didn't know what to expect, but going through it, it was definitely worth it to learn the things that I need to make myself better and better my perspective on things. But I would definitely recommend going through this with you because it definitely has been worth it.
I'm so proud of you.
Mm.
I'm so proud of you. Keep up the good work, and we'll continue to meet up and chat.
Okay.
every week as often as you like, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And good luck. You have a surgery coming up. Good luck on that.
Yeah.
I'm
A
sure
little
it's going to be
nervous
just
for it, but I've been through one like this before, so I know it
it's
won't
going
be
to be
too
just
bad.
fine. It's going to be just fine.
Yeah.
Just fine. All right. It's been a pleasure talking to you. I thank you. The people
Mm-hmm.
watching, thank you. And I'll see you later. All
All
right.
right. All
Have a
right.
blessed day,
Bye.
lady.
You too. Bye.